As you know me, my name is Sarma Paidapalli and I'm a database administrator. You also know me via my YouTube channel Oracle by Example. I make a lot of videos on database topics. I have more than 20 years of experience with databases. I have started working on DBase 3 Plus, then worked on FoxPro, Oracle for a long time. I worked a little bit on MySQL, and I've been using or working on Apache Cassandra and Apache Spark for 7 years now. Currently, I am working exclusively on Oracle and Apache Cassandra along with DataStax Enterprise and Apache Spark. I love to teach what I learn, and it is my passion to teach. Out of my passion, so far I made 4 Udemy courses to teach everything about Apache Cassandra. So a lot of people approach me and say, how do I learn Apache Cassandra? I would suggest you start with the first 2 courses here. One is called Apache Cassandra, Everything You Need to Know. And the second one, which goes hand on hand with the previous course, is called Apache Cassandra, Installation and Configuration. Let me walk you through what is covered in these courses. Apache Cassandra, Everything You Need to Know, as you see here, is total of 6.5 hours of training with 17 lectures in there. This course covers a lot detail about how Cassandra works and all the basics required to understand Apache Cassandra. In the first section of this course, we will introduce Apache Cassandra. We will talk about scaling and NoSQL databases. We'll talk about CAP theorem, Cassandra, and how Cassandra uses tokens. We'll talk about replication factor, multi-data center setup, and what are the different versions of Apache Cassandra available for us. We'll talk about all the Apache Cassandra terminology and read and write paths for the data inside Apache Cassandra. In the second section of this course, we'll learn about how to handle the data in Apache Cassandra. We'll talk about data modeling and the Cassandra query language. We'll look at some of the advanced topics in CQL, such as JSON support provided in Apache Cassandra. We'll discuss a lot about select statement to select data from Apache Cassandra. This is a core concept every person who wants to work with Cassandra should know. We'll conclude the course with understanding of what Cassandra is and what we should learn next. Every person, while learning Cassandra, I believe, should have their own Cassandra setup so they can follow along the course. So that's where we'll use the second course, which is the Apache Cassandra installation and configuration. Apache Cassandra installation and configuration covers a great detail about how to configure your Cassandra cluster. Keeping production in mind, this particular course covers entire thing about how to configure and manage your Cassandra clusters. You can read through the entire description of the course to understand what is covered in this course. On the second day, when you learn Apache Cassandra, somebody will tell you that you need to learn Apache Spark and Scala to work with Cassandra databases. So I have created another 4 hours of course which is dedicated to teach you Scala, Apache Spark, and especially how we can use these knowledge with Apache Cassandra. In the Apache Spark and Scala for Cassandra Professionals course, I spend a lot of time explaining how the Scala language evolved and how to use Scala language for our use case. In the next section, we will talk about Apache Spark and how Apache Spark is developed in Scala, and we will see how to install Apache Spark clusters. In the third section, we will learn about basic operations in Spark Shell. So this is how we will interact with the Spark cluster. We will use Scala language to interact with Spark, Spark Shell to execute our commands. We will read some data from the CSV files from the file system. We will do operations such as filters, contains, map and reduce, and we will solve some of the problems through executing some code. In this section, we will work with large amounts of data stored in CSV files in the file system, load it into Spark, and do some transformations and actions. And this is where we will learn data frames and Spark SQL. In the next section, we will use Spark Cassandra connector and we will learn all about how to configure Spark Shell or Apache Spark to connect to Cassandra. Now, as a lot of people say, Spark combined with Cassandra is a deadly combination. So, we will take all the knowledge we gained through the previous sections of this course and apply it for the data stored in Apache Cassandra. We will use Spark SQL, Data Frames API, and Datasets API to retrieve the data stored in Cassandra, do some analytics, and then store the results back into Cassandra database. As you got the feel for Apache Spark and Scala course for Cassandra professionals, knowledge of Apache Cassandra is a must for this course. As you can see, in this course, we cover a lot of Apache Spark and Scala and build upon the knowledge we already gained from Cassandra world. And trust me, knowing Apache Spark along with Apache Cassandra is a deadly combination. Just like the open source Apache Cassandra installation and configuration course, I have created a specialized course for DataStax Enterprise installation and configuration. Again, this is a 3.5 hours course which covers a total discussion about how to install and configure your DataStax Enterprise software. As you can see here again, for this course, knowledge of Apache Cassandra and working with Linux servers is a must. DataStax Enterprise is the most powerful enterprise-grade distribution of Apache Cassandra. In this course, we will look at various options available in DataStax Enterprise. We will configure passwordless SSH between our servers. We will download DataStax Enterprise software from the website. We will learn all the details about installation and configuration of DataStax Enterprise. We will learn how to start and shut down DataStax Enterprise. We will enable authentication and authorization on our DSC cluster. We will build a DSC cluster which will span across 2 data centers. We will configure and enable DSC Analytics, or otherwise it is also called as DSC Spark. We will use Spark and Spark SQL shells to understand how to interact with Apache Spark, which can use the data stored in DSC Cassandra. We will download and configure DSC Ops Center. This is a wonderful way to manage your DSC clusters. We will download and configure and see how to use DataStax Studio. We will configure and enable audit logging and also review the audit log file. Finally, we will also work on DSC search. We'll create search indexes and learn how to use them in DataStax Enterprise. As I told you earlier, teaching is my passion and I spend a lot of time perfecting these courses. So hope you use these courses to advance your career and enjoy these courses. Thank you.